I wish someone told me some of these things before I actually became a data analyst. Today, I'm going to discuss 10 things I wish I knew before becoming a data analyst. Are you an aspiring data analyst, a data professional, or you are considering learning this skill? Then this video is already a data analyst. This thing will remove a lot of confusion from your head. So stay to the end of this video because I'm going to also tell you things that not every data analyst out there tell you. Hi, if you are new to this channel, my name is Rebecca Ike. I work as a data analyst and I'm also a data analyst instructor. Grow your data analyst career, and I also give out tutorial videos on data analytics tools and skills. So today I'm going to show you things that I wish I knew before becoming a data analyst. And number one is one thing I wish someone told me before entering into this field is that this skill, it is more business than it is tech. I used to think that all I had to do was just to learn the tools, how to use Excel, how to use Power BI, how to write queries, and even how to use Python. I was thinking I just had to learn the tools. But along the way, I found out that you need to understand the business context of the data you are even working with. You need to understand the field that has the data you are working with. If you don't understand the business part of data, analysis, you're going to struggle. Listen, you're given a data set, an inventory data set. You don't know the terms and dictionaries surrounding that field. You're going to be confused. You don't know the things that the important KPIs for these different fields. You're going to be confused. You're not going to do analysis that will drive impact. So you need to understand the business context. You need to understand the context of that data. It's not just using Excel and Power BI. You need to understand the text of it. If it's a marketing analysis, a marketing data set, you need to understand the dictionary, the things about marketing. You need to understand what is important in marketing. You know things about marketing, things about fintech, different fields that you're going to be using data for. So this is one thing that I didn't know. So now we're moving into the second thing I wish someone told me before I became a data analyst. So the second thing is that nobody will actually tell you what to do. Yes, when you're learning the tools, it seems as though they are directing you. They're directing you on what to do. Okay, after cleaning, you do this, you analyze. In the real world, nobody is going to tell you what to do. Sometimes they'll just give you a data set. You just be given a data set. Please help me with this. And you're confused that, okay, what should I do? They will not actually tell you what you should do with the data. You have to ask questions to find out, okay, what do you want to get from this data? What is the problem statement? What is the problem you want to solve with this data? You have to be the one to ask those questions to actually understand what you are to do with that data. And during the processes, nobody's going to tell you, oh, do this, oh, check out for this, oh, clean this. Nobody will tell you anything. You have to figure it out on your own. So that is important. So it's important for you to know this. It's important for you to know this. It's not as straightforward as we think it is. While learning this skill is not as straightforward. You have to ask questions to try and understand what they actually want you to do, because nobody might actually tell you what you are actually meant to do with the data. Now, the third thing I wish I knew was basic statistics is actually a superpower. Yes, we are not asking you to learn statistics, do a course on statistics, or even do masters on statistics, whatever. You just have to know basic math statistics. It helps you bring derive insights from data. Basic statistics like distribution, like population, standard deviation, correlation, and some of these basic statistical terms. You just need to know it. It just helps you to derive more insight from your data. Nobody will tell you this thing. Then the next thing that I wish I knew before becoming data analysis, it is not easy to get a job. Yes, I know some of you might be expecting to hear this or might be thinking or might have found out it is not easy. It doesn't mean that there's no job. No, there is a lot of data analytics job, but it's not so easy. It's not just learning the tools and bam, you've gotten a job. You need to prove that you actually know what you're doing. You need to prove that you can give value. Do you understand? So if you're just don't learn data analytics and you're like, oh God, when am I going to start making the millions? When am I going to start making the dollars, the thousands? Just make sure that you're good. Take your time and ground yourself. Take your time and work on projects. Take your time and learn these things very well. When you are very good and you put yourself out there, it is not difficult at all. I mean, people will literally be begging you to take up jobs. It is not difficult. As long as you are perceived as someone that is good, that is not a difficult thing to do. It's not for lazy people. You have to always be out there. You have to always learn. You have to always improve yourself. You have to always put yourself out there. Let people know what you are doing. Let people know that you are good. If you are being perceived as good, if you are being seen as someone that is good, getting a job will be very easy. You are the one that will not be selecting the one you want and leaving the one you don't want. That's just the truth. So do the work and the dollars will come in. Do the work and the money will come in. That one is not a problem. So it is not easy to get a job for those who don't know what they are doing, for those who just know the basics, for those who just know how to build dashboard and report. You should know more than that. This will take me to my next. The next step is being technical is not enough. Yes, as I was saying, knowing these tools is not enough. Building dashboard is not enough. Nobody told me that I needed to do more than that. I needed to learn how to communicate with stakeholders. I needed to learn how to tell story with data. I needed to learn that. So just being having a technical skill is not enough. You need to add people who get ahead, people who get jobs, are people who know how to combine these skills with communication, storytelling, stakeholder management. So as I'm learning how to build dashboards and everything, combine that knowledge with learning how to communicate your insights. Combine that knowledge with learning how to communicate with stakeholders, to learning how to tell stories with data. And when you are putting out your project and everything out there, if you know how to do these things, people will see it. That is what will separate you from others and help you get a job. So this is the fifth thing I wish someone told me before becoming a data analyst. And these are the things I needed to work on before getting jobs. Now we are moving to the sixth. If you are still watching, please subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment in the comment section. Thing I wish I was told before becoming a data analyst is that tools change, your thinking shouldn't. Yes. Don't just focus on learning the tools alone. Focus on also learning the mindset, the thinking pattern of a data analyst. When you know how to analyze data, when you know how to ask the right questions, when you know how to solve problem with data, tools is not going to be a problem, because the truth is tools will always change. New tools are going to be coming out. Ask those that were data analysts few years back, they will tell you that they always had to learn new tools. Before, Lucas Studio wasn't there, but it's now here. Many new tools are going to come out. So if you are bent on just learning tools, you are going to struggle. Learn the mindset, the thinking pattern of a data analyst. That is what is very important. When you know how to think, when you know how to analyze, when you know how to solve problems with data, then tools will not be difficult for you to learn. So focus on learning the thinking process of a data analyst. When you are learning data analytics, make sure you focus on the thinking process. Make sure you focus on the problem solving skill of it, not just the tools you saw. This next thing I wish someone told me is that as a data analyst, you are going to be communicating your insight to stakeholders, and these stakeholders are not data people. They don't know anything about data analytics. They don't even know anything about Power BI. They might not know anything about SQL queries and all that. So you will have to learn how to communicate your insights in a way that technical stakeholders will understand, in a way that anyone listening to you will understand. If you know how to analyze, break down complex analysis and everything, and you don't know how to make others understand it, what is the point? You are going to seen as someone that don't know what they are doing. So it's important for you to know that you should be able to simplify whatever that you are presenting or communicating for non-technical stakeholders. And learning how to communicate with stakeholders is another skill. The next is, you might be shocked. You might be shocked to hear this. But the next, choosing a domain early can accelerate your growth. Yes, you heard me right. Data analytics is every field. It's in medicine, like it's in health, it's in fintech, it's in marketing, it's in digital world, like it's in different fields. So it's good for you to actually choose a domain, choose a particular field that you will want to be in. Let's say you want to be in marketing. Learn it. That's why it's good. I mentioned before about the business part of data analytics, understanding the business around the company, the data you are going to be working with. If you are in marketing and you have knowledge about marketing and you have worked in that domain for a long time, you are going to be very good in analyzing data for that field. So if for you to grow rapidly, for you to grow faster, it's important for you to choose a domain. If it's health, only focus on health related jobs, only focus on health related projects, only focus on health related problem solving with data. That is what I'm saying. So choose a domain. I didn't know this. I was just doing data analytics, bring data from any field I can do. It was when I applied for a job and they gave me a project to do. Most times when you apply for a job, before the interview, they will give you, after the first process, they will give you a project to do. And they gave me a project to do, and I was just confused. What is this? I didn't even know what the company is about. I didn't even know it was a health related project, and I wasn't in health. I didn't know the terminologies. I was just confused. I had to take 1 week plus just to do research to understand what I'm doing. And even after I was done, I was still confused. I didn't know, I couldn't really do much with that data because I didn't know much about that field. So these are the disadvantages of being everywhere. Get a domain, get a particular domain that you would like to focus on. The next thing is, that's number 8, is you will be explaining yourself a lot. Yes, you'll be asked a lot of questions, especially when you are doing your presentation. You'll be asked, why did you decide to clean this data this way? Why did you decide to use this chart? Why did you decide to do it this way? Why didn't you do it the other way? You will have to explain your decisions. So it's important that you know why you're doing what you are doing. It's important because you'll be asked a lot of questions. Number 9, please, if you are here to subscribe, what are you waiting for? Then like this video so that others can get to see it. Number 9 is you are going to do more than your job description. So it's important to go through, before you apply for any job, go through the job description. Understand what they are saying you're going to do, because you are going to do more than your job description, and that is actually okay. At least you're learning something new. So you can be building reports, you can be asked to go into operations, even make market decisions. You can do more than your job description. So it's important for you to actually know what the job description is saying. Read it very well. Read it well when applying for that job, because you probably will do more than your job description. The last is always learn to document your work. Yes, apart from the project we do, most time when we are building portfolio projects, we usually document our work, maybe on GitHub or whatever portfolio website you are using. You document your work there. But when you're not working as a data analyst, you're given a project at work to do, and you don't document it, you just do it, just write your queries. You're actually going to suffer yourself in the future, because if you're asked a question, let me say a project you did 5 months ago, and you're asked something about that project and you didn't document it, even if you go back to that query, you might not understand why you did what you did. So that is why, as I'm working on a project, make sure you always document it. All right, whether it's a project or you're working in a company, take your time to document it. It will save you a lot of stress and headache. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it, and I would like to know what you think about it. Leave a comment in the comment section, like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.